Alright people, don't forget to subscribe and hit the bell notification. That way you'll know when I upload the next video and you'll be supporting my channel. Follow me on Twitter. Every time I upload a new video, I'll be tweeting. Ladies and gents, this is Reacts and this is Honest Trailers, The Matrix Resurrections by the channel Screen Junkies. I think I've seen few honest trailers, and yeah, The Matrix Resurrections is a perfect one that I want to see this about, because usually whenever there's sequels comes out about anything, right, and people hate it, I usually see it with I guess with the benefit of a doubt, right? If movie does fine, I'm like, yeah, it was fine, it wasn't that bad, I don't bitch about it. Matrix Resurrection is just like, even to me it didn't feel right. So yeah, I guess Honest Trailer is gonna be epic, so let's watch it.
This episode is presented by Verizon. America's most reliable network is going ultra. From the company that distributes HBO Max content in theaters, and one of the minds behind Jupiter Ascending.
No, bees are genetically designed to recognize royalty.
Comes an installment so long in the making. This is what technology looked like when the last one came out.
Freeman, 713. I am a Sentinel.
The Matrix Resurrections. Prepare for a film that asks the ultimate question. Do you take the blue pill and let them reboot this without the creators starring Tom Holland as Neo? Or take the red pill and see how far up its own ass the story can go?
This cannot be another reboot, retread, regurgitate.
Why not?
I will sequel franchise spin-off!
At last. Wasn't too sure about the callback, but it's just hard to resist.
As Matrix 4 attempts the rare reverse double mind a movie about...
Yes, it wasn't about mindfuck. They were inside the plot, inside the story, was giving us all this shit like, we can't just have a reboot, this and that. Like, what the fuck are you doing?
being forced to make a follow-up to a trilogy you're currently watching the forced follow-up to, which just ends up being reality?
Our beloved parent company, Warner Brothers, has decided to make a sequel to the trilogy. They inform me they're gonna do it with or without us.
It's like the invented bullet time, but for dodging criticism.
It's not necessary.
Whoa. You forgot how The Matrix ended. No, the other ones.
Look! Just look at that.
Pick up 60 years after Neo became Computer Jesus and brought an end to the war between robot squids and cave ravers. And while in-Matrix coffees have become extremely tiny, not much has changed for the billions still stuck inside.
The Matrix is the same or worse.
But Neo won't return to shut it down for good or awaken the millions who still want to be free. No, instead, watch the Chosen One risk it all to eat his girlfriend.
If there is a chance I can free her.
Even if it means endangering everyone in this city.
Because we're finally getting the answer to what the franchise was really about. Taking unlabeled pills, then risking it all to impress a girl you met online.
Seriously.
You're a guy.
Why do all my Trinities look like Harry Knowles?
I don't know why when the movie was playing, right? When the guy was Neil Patrick, who were the guys, the shrink, he was constantly talking about how this is in your head, and I guess obviously the plotline way is that this is not in your head. This is Matrix and shit like that, right? You're just supposed to take a jump from the building. I'm like, all right, for the movie it's fine, but what message is sending? Like, okay, or whatever your string says is false, and I guess jumping off the building would reveal the true self or whatever. This is all really fucked up, man.
Keanu Reeves and his struggle beard return as Thomas Anderson, a game designer who probably should have taken over Cyberpunk 2077 until he's reborn again as Neo again. A living legend who's treated with the reverence of a modern-day Keanu Reeves.
Not to fanboy out here, but this is kind of a huge moment for me.
Joining him is Trinity, who's back to kicking ass and taking names 2 hours into the runtime.
Yeah, seriously, it was way too long.
My name is Trinity.
There she is, newcomer Bugs, the latest example of Warner Brothers space jamming their IPs into everything.
My name is Bugs. As in Bunny. What's up, Doc?
A simulated version of Morpheus, because the real one canonically died in the bad 2005 video game.
Seriously?
Can't bring back the best part of the films if he died in a video game tie-in. That just
Yeah, what the fuck was that? What did they actually take a video game as a canon thing and just use that in a movie? What the fuck? You just ignore that shit.
crazy. Niobe, the character from the good Matrix video game tie-in, and I guess the sequels. Agent Smith, who's been upgraded into a hot musical theater actor, but who brings as much menace to the role as he did to King George in Hamilton.
Awesome. Wow.
Some RoboScab class traders who all look like these thingies, and Neil Patrick Harris as the analyst, a clear metaphor for the fact that men do not need therapy. In fact, I am the chosen one, and that married woman I'm obsessed with does love me.
There you
She
go.
doesn't know it yet, okay? I did my own research.
See, that's what I was talking about. That's the message it sends. I know this is a movie, you take it as a movie, but seriously, you and I was like, what the fuck?
Bugged the first Matrix for its original mix of William Gibson's Neuromancer with a Gap Khakis commercial. Now, all that meticulous craft will be sidelined for the same quick-cut garbage fighting that's numbed us out for the last decade.
Yeah, what the fuck was that too, man?
Augmented by effect.
I didn't thought of it while watching the movie, but now he says it. It makes it. What the fuck, man? Original movies had this kind of a. I don't know. Maybe director thought that this is so old, that kind of fighting, that it would become cringy or something. But no, that's what Matrix is, right? That's what whole Matrix is about. You know, all this jumping around and all these different kind of a badass moves. Not just your cutscene punching walls and bullshit like that every movie has. It didn't feel like Matrix. It felt like just any other movie, the fighting and everything.
That are supposed to look fake and bad, I guess? And where Neo still knows Kung Fu, but at this age, he'd just rather spam the block button.
Yeah, seriously.
Come on, you have John Wick in your movie, and that's the director of John Wick. Would it kill you to wick it up a bit? Wiki wiki kiki kiki. So gather the adult.
What? Director of John Wick directed this? So there is Keanu Reeves, this director of John Wick. What the fuck? You could have... The action scenes alone makes John Wick. Otherwise there's nothing there. That is all there is, right? How could you not... Even if this wasn't a Matrix, even if they just made some John Wick effort here, this movie would have been incredible. What the fuck? Why didn't you just do that? Like, fuck Matrix, fuck plot of the Matrix. Use some Matrix references and just make John Wick, John Wick type of thing.
Children you've had time to raise since The Matrix came out, and revisit a film stuffed with about 100 references to a timeless classic.
Free your mind.
Mr. Anderson!
Time is always against us, etc., etc.
And 2 or 3 references from the sequels, in this self-aware shrug of defiance towards franchise filmmaking that got trounced at the box office because 2 rival studios released 6 different Spider-Men starring 3 different actors, then reunited them on screen before the M-Fortrix could even come out. Sorry, Neo, you're too late. We've all been spider-pilled. Starring. It's about ethics and gaming symbolism. Deus Ex Mac on her. Yeah, I know I'm not Lawrence Fishburne, but give me a chance. The
Seriously.
Defenders, Antivirus, Dark Clippy, You Know Weaving. Whoa, is that Christina Ricci? For one scene? Jada Packett Sniff. And when you finally buy a bidet.
I gotta hack in the bathroom, hurry!
Yes.
The Great Trin Robbery. Pretty cool that the 2 big villains are both musical theater icons. When are we getting The Matrix on Broadway? Kristen Chenoweth as the Oracle, that guy who played Shrek as the architect? Oh, and Ben Platt as the Spoon Kid. He's the perfect age. This episode is
I think they just think that, only the theater artists can give this kind of a performance where they put emphasis on certain dialogues or shit, but that's not true. But seriously, this whole thing, The Matrix, felt... I don't know, even like I said, even if they tried some John Wick shit, just action alone would have made like, okay, film is fine. It didn't have to be like the original one, right? I mean, my expectation never go that high. People expect, oh, it's going to be something good. No, original was what original was. Nothing's coming close to that. You could have just, used Matrix references and make some John Wick accents, and yeah, that would have been great, but no. I love how they, they are like, we can't use cliches and nostalgia, so they just made everybody in the movie talk about cliches and nostalgia, the gaming developers apparently, and at the same time also doing cliches and nostalgias along the way, showing Matrix 1 clips. Right, well, that was Honest Trailers, The Matrix Resurrections, by the channel Screen Junkies. If you like my reaction, don't forget to like, subscribe. Check out the Brick Sunday. There's a link in the description. Check out the cast link cards. And yeah, I'll see you next time.